beautiful is something that is aesthetically pleasing or emotionally pleasing.
I actually don't know. I've never really thought about that question. It's been, in all honesty, like in terms of personality wise, I would just have to say being kind would have been like the best thing, but also like there also goes into like being able to morally stay correct in certain situations and things like that, which I consider very beautiful in a person.
Like something of like great, like it's just like, I don't know, beautiful seems like a very basic like meaning to me, you know. It's just something that looks like very pretty, you know, but like at the highest level, you know, something that you would say, I guess, like for like a piece of work, music, or like other kind of things of significance that you think are like of like that of like high importance to you.
Honestly saw a butterfly for some reason. I don't know why. I don't even like butterflies, but that's the first thing that came to my mind.
The word beautiful, I see natural. That's what I see as beautiful.
When I see beautiful, I see best picture movies, you know. Very corny, you know. Very like well put on like films. So at occasions, like if a girl's really beautiful, that too, of course.
I definitely think there's a gender bias. Most guys who try to be that manly guy do not like being called beautiful. They prefer handsome. Because beautiful sounds girly, if you will, and it's always been seen as more feminine, just like kind of how in nature, when you say it's beautiful, it has kind of like a little feminine kind of look to it.
Not necessarily. I don't know. This is coming from myself though, because I use beautiful myself to describe a lot of things. You know, I kind of use it fairly loosely. You know, sure, I use it on some women, but like I can be like to some males, I'd be like, damn, he's a beautiful man. You know, but like I even use it like for even like very generic things. You know, I'm like, that's a beautiful flower, or like general shit like that. I'm a very like, I wouldn't say it's biased, but I can understand why people use it like only like for like a certain gender, you know.
Yes. I mean, it's in my 20 years of living, I've never heard anyone call a guy beautiful, or I haven't really, it hasn't been normal for a guy to be told that. It's always been handsome, cool, things of that nature, and beautiful has been more of a gender biased term from where I come from. Beautiful has been like changed, or I don't know, I think I've been like conditioned to actually just think that, like ever since, if it wasn't my parents that conditioned me, it would have been the people around me when I was a kid that conditioned me to thinking never to say beautiful to a guy, but say it to a female. So I don't really know the reason why, but I just know that it's been like that.
Yes, I do see my body as beautiful.
Me? Oh god, yes. I don't know. I rather love, like, if you can't love yourself, you can't, like, nobody can really love you, you know, in like that kind of way. So if I think that I'm beautiful, then people should, in general, think I'm beautiful.
No, don't think so. Well, apart from like not being at a place I'm like very happy with, like body-wise, and right now, that's something I'm trying to strive for. So currently, I don't really see myself as beautiful, but maybe in the future, if I can make it, in terms of physical, like physical appearance-wise.
Definitely because it's a compliment, and I'm not too picky when it comes to saying what it is. You call me pretty, beautiful, I don't care. It's a compliment, so.
I don't really mind. It doesn't seem like it will really bother me in any way.
Yeah, of course. I'll take it as a compliment. Yeah, I can see some people take it to offense and all. I know my sister, for one, doesn't like being called that. The reason why she doesn't like being catcalled, you know, and I can understand the reasons, you know. Though for myself, you know, like I can't, like as a male, like I can't really take it upon myself too seriously. Because like if someone's willing to say something like that, they're putting like the effort into it. But I can only imagine my sister gets that called that all the time out in the streets and all. As for myself, I go and hear that like on occasion. So.
A lot, especially sometimes by my parents, and sometimes by like coaches and stuff when I would play sports. You guys gotta be a man and take care of business is usually what follows by it.
Oh, multiple times. I know. During childhood, from like other kids, other parents, when I was in football, and other things like that. But even now, from time to time. But yeah.
Oh yes. A lot of Asian culture there's a very big emphasis on masculinity. So not really crying, not really showing emotion very much. Just being a lot of a stronger pillar for people to rely on. And whenever I would show emotion in any way to my friends or around church, because I went to a very predominantly Asian church, I would just be like man up or like be a man in any way like that. And my dad would try to emphasize trying to be a man, but not like man up in any way, but just like try to be a big pillar for somebody, just emphasizing masculinity in that way.
Yes, because I guess I'm the same. So externally, there's nothing like that's not me. As same as internally, I don't try and be fake to be like someone else or anything. So I like both of them same out.
No. I wouldn't. Not really. I would say that I love myself more in the inside than I really like due to my appearance and all. But that's just on my own accord.
No. So I really enjoy, I like my personality as it is right now, but as I stated before, I'm not as happy with my body as, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, currently, and in my past too.
No, not really. I've always found at least one problem that I could try to fix, and that's always probably been one of the reasons why I was never happy about it.
I can't really recall a specific point and all, but I can only imagine I have. Like I said earlier, if you're in order to for people to know who you are and to find yourself beautiful, you gotta think that you're beautiful. So I can only imagine at some point in time I have thought of that myself, deeply pull at all parts and all.
Most of the time, I guess.
I don't think so. I think I've always loved my body because I don't have the same viewpoint as men do about their bodies. I was definitely raised differently, even though my mom and grandma would always tell me to be a man, but it was more in a better context, if you will. It's okay to cry, it's okay to show emotions, and it's important to be yourself because you want people to like you for who you are and not who you're trying to be.
Multiple times. I would say a lot, I know. But that comes out of my self-consciousness, you know. That's why I strive hard to be the best person I can be, you know. It's more of not sure how you can say it, but it's just it just comes to mind, at times.
No, I think they're completely unrealistic, and society's always telling you to be yourself, but with these standards, it's not being yourself, whether it's internally or externally. Because I don't much care for society's norms and the pressures that society puts on people, but I can definitely see how people don't feel that way though. People want to be accepted, and people want to look good, which is part of being accepted. And meeting society's standards increases your chances of being liked by a lot. Because I know just looking at media, it's automatically going to be biased. So if you type in a picture of like people, what are you going to find? Good-looking people. If you turn to magazines and other stuff, where you're going to find good-looking people. If you type in, say, fat people or something that's a little less, you're just going to get like the extreme version, like the kind of slob version. And it's just like there's no point really looking at media. And so,
To some extent, I do, but at the same time, I don't know. I kind of like I don't really care. But like in regards to like fashion and all, like I still still try to like find my own style, but it doesn't necessarily align with like today's society's like standards. Coming from LA, a very like outer centric like fashion, people are like always like trying to find like the best new thing and all, and the pressure is there. It's of course there. I see it all the time, especially when I'm shopping for clothes, but I wouldn't necessarily feel that like I allow the pressure to like push me towards like going to that kind of fashion. Even as a kid, I didn't really have really male role models aside from my pa. And even then, he's like me, very loose, like just wants to live life the way he wants to. So I wouldn't say like I was really influenced too much. I never watched really sports as a kid. I was very like I would watch cartoons all the time. I think the closest thing to a male role model would probably be like a Batman. But aside from that, not really, not necessarily.
Okay.
Well, it's impacted me pretty positively. I've been trying to become healthier, so that would be something that's great. But at the same time, there's also the personality of what men should be, which I think isn't something that should be looked upon or looked up upon. It's because everyone should act how they want to act, and they shouldn't have to follow a standard in any way. Being healthy is a great thing to do, but if people choose not to, that's their choice. But for me, it's impacted me pretty positively health-wise. But in terms of personality, I don't like following a standard of having to show less emotion and be someone who like doesn't really like is able to or is allowed to cry in any way because of that the masculinity idea. So I would say, in terms of physical wise, for me, it's helped me out a little bit. But in terms of personality wise, masculinity has not helped me out at all. I think it's kind of shoved down our throat by like advertisement and like just by advertisement and everything like that. It's kind of like you can't really go anywhere without seeing like what the standard for men or females are. Like it's kind of when you go into a store and you see the body image like that, so it's kind of hard not to internalize it. You know, there's like that dream, like where you want to have like a Lamborghini for like guys, or even for like Lamborghini for anybody really. Like if you want to have a car or you want to have something so badly in life. So for me, it's always been like being fit and being able to show some muscle definition. And that's what I want to get. So for me, it's been like, that's my goal, that's my dream, that's what I kind of want to achieve.
I think proud because I'm proud of the way of how much I've developed in my life in general, as well as I see myself continuing to develop in ways that are different to society, and I think that's a good thing.
Luis, I hope you know that you are a beautiful man, and you're doing just a-okay in life. Keep being you.
You're beautiful, and that's very awkward for me to say.